This week, your parish will take a special collection to benefit the Archdiocese for Military Services, a collection approved by the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops to be taken every 3 years. The Archdiocese for Military Services receives no funding from the U.S. government or U.S. military and has no parishes from which to receive a weekly assessment. Instead, it must rely on the generosity of those whose values and priorities align with its mission, programs, and services to meet its costs. Please prayerfully consider a contribution to this special collection to support active duty military men and women and their families, including those from your own parish. Welcome to Candid Catholic Convos, a program brought to you by the Catholic Diocese of Harrisburg. Our mission is to humanize the Church and help you to grow in your faith, love, and understanding. I'm your host, Rachel Trochet, a cradle Catholic who's only human and struggled with faith on more than one occasion. Each week, you'll hear engaging, down-to-earth interviews and actionable strategies you can implement into your life with ease to help you grow closer to God. If you're ready to open your heart and step fully into the person God created you to be, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Candid Catholic Convos. This week, we're observing Veterans Day. Originally known as Armistice Day, it signaled the end of World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. It wasn't until 1954 that President Eisenhower officially changed the name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day. This day commemorates veterans of all wars, foreign and domestic. And if you're a numbers nerd like me, here's some really fascinating statistics. 18.2 million living veterans served during at least one war as of 2018. 2 million served during the Korean War. 7 million served during the Vietnam War. 3 million have served in support of the war on terrorism. Of the 16 million Americans who served during World War II, roughly 325,000 were still alive as of 2020. 9% of all veterans are women. Roughly 1.4 million currently serving in the military are Catholic, and there are more than 10 million Catholic veterans nationwide. As much as we honor and celebrate our veterans, from a personal perspective, I can understand how hard this day of observance must be for many of them. Anytime someone thanks my husband for his service, he smiles and says, "Thank you for your support." And for a long time, he never knew how to really respond. Before he was deployed, he told me he felt like he hadn't earned their support yet. And after, he felt like he hadn't done enough. And he's not alone. Our servicemen and women wrestle with their actions or inactions while at war, feelings of inadequacy, and overwhelming guilt. The startling statistic is that more than 22 veterans a day die by suicide. For some, faith is what keeps them going. But for others, their faith was lost on the field. And for many, it's hard to reconcile the two. Today, we have the privilege of speaking with Deputy Vice Commander Michael Rang of the Catholic War Veterans about the intersection of our faith and the military and how the two can work together to support our active duty and veteran service members. Mike, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited to have you on the program talking about Catholic War Veterans. It's an organization that's not necessarily new, but it's new to me. So I'm really excited to chat with you today.
Well, thank you, Rachel, for having me here. I've been involved with the Catholic War Veterans from post level up to department level since 1974. I've been treasurer for the 16th chapter, which is the next level up. And then I've been with the Department of Pennsylvania Catholic War Veterans for about the last 8-10 years. I was adjutant for a couple years, and then the department treasurer, when he passed away, and with my background in accounting, they asked me to take over as treasurer. So I've been treasurer for the last 6 years. I've been taking over the second vice commander position, which is membership, since June. Since we did not have one, I took it over. So currently I am second vice commander / treasurer for the Department of Pennsylvania Catholic War Veterans. Back when I joined in 74, we were pushing almost 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 members.
Wow.
We're now down to about 1,500. People, we just can't get the younger generation to join us. And I really appreciate you having me here to see what can happen in a line of getting new members.
Anytime. We're happy to have you. Again, this sounds like an amazing organization that I've never heard about, but that has been around for a while. So tell me a little bit about the history of Catholic War Veterans. How did it start, and what's been its impact so far?
The Catholic War Vets actually started up in the state of New York. So in 1935, Monsignor Higgins journeyed to Rome to visit Pope Pius XI, and to where we got his blessings upon the Catholic War Veterans. In 1940, officially recognized as a veterans organization by the Veterans Administration of Washington, D.C. In August of 1984, President Ronald Reagan signed legislation granting us the Catholic War Veterans a Congressional Charter. We are the only Catholic organization to be so honored. I am sure there's other Catholic organizations out there, but I'm not sure where are they at. But we're the only ones officially chartered by Congress, along with the other veterans organizations. Basically, being chartered it's only described as the purpose, authority, and actions of an organization, of an agency. They don't oversee what we do. It's just an honor to be chartered by Congress. And that happened in 1984. So we've been actually an official veterans organization since 1940, so it's been 82 years.
Wow.
What's that mean for those who are active duty honorably discharged? It really means that it would be an honor for them to be able, as long as you're a Catholic and a veteran, honorably discharged. You don't have to serve any time during any time of war, conflict, or anything. All you got to do is be a veteran, serve 90 days, be honorably discharged, and be a Catholic, to be able to join the Catholic War Vets. That's the only restrictions we got. So anybody that's in the military, or anybody that's served in the military for at least 90 days, you're a Catholic, you're eligible to join the Catholic War Veterans.
So I'm assuming that includes National Guard as well?
National Guard, they're classified as military. My son is part-time military. He serves in the Pennsylvania National Guard. He's with, pardon me, son, if I get this wrong, but when they get deployed, they serve with the 56th Striker Brigade. So anybody, no matter who, what, where, or how, 90 days, military, honorably discharged, Catholic, you're eligible to join the Catholic War Veterans, no matter where. We have veterans homes throughout the state. We have members who go to these meetings on a monthly basis. Sometimes they let us know how they're doing, sometimes they don't. We have posts that are small that just don't have the members to do what should be done in regards of getting out to other members. We have, with national level, we have what we call veteran service officers, who, if a veteran has a problem, no matter what the problem was, we try, they can get a hold of somebody within the department, and we will lead them to the necessary person that would help them out, no matter if they have problems medically, if they need help to find out some place to go medically. We have people that would help them out. We have people that will go to congressional meetings to try to help us out, get fundings. We have people that go before our lawmakers. National leadership has what they call interfaces with the state and national lawmakers and provide them with our view on numerous issues. We have veteran service officers and partners with organizations like the VFW, American Legion, and the AMVETS. But we assist fellow veterans in filing claims, advice on services, multitude of benefits, services, and exemptions that are available to all veterans. So it's not like the veterans organizations are sitting on our duffs doing nothing. We have people who go to Congress and plead with Congress saying, we need help with our veterans organizations. That's what they do. We have three vice commanders. The first vice commander, he is in charge of Americanism and Catholic action. Americanism is really where we get out to people to put flags on our veterans' graves, spread cheer, send letters, cards, Christmas cards, Valentine's cards to our veterans or in hospitals, or to veterans, our active members who are serving overseas or elsewhere in the country. They have and even participate in civil action, like parades, Veterans Day ceremonies, Memorial Day ceremonies. Just get out, and then we have a Catholic action where they try to get within the Catholic churches with corporate communions, special masses for take part in rosaries. We try to get into where we adopt a military chaplain or even adopt priests, where we try to help them out and all that they do. We try to observe CWV Day, which is coming up on December 8th, which is also Feast of the
Immaculate Conception.
Immaculate Conception. So that's what our first vice commander does. Second vice commander is, which is my role, is membership, to where we're trying to get new members within the organization. We need to build our organization up. Of all the veteran organizations, VFW, American Legion, the AMVETS, we are the smallest. The Department of Pennsylvania, with 1,600 members, we are the largest department within the National Catholic War Veterans Organization. We have roughly maybe 8-9 states who have departments within the organization, but we're the largest at 1,500. And then our third vice commander is in charge of, I always like to say children's activities, but it's students' activities. Drawing contests for the younger grades, poster contests for the middle grades. We have essays. We have oratorials for the students. We are in junction with our auxiliary, and they have the various programs. So they give out prizes. So to help the auxiliary out, the department is going to donate the monies necessary to pay for prizes for the third vice programs.
That's really cool. I love to hear that the organization is kind of reaching Catholics and those associated with veterans kind of at all levels, like even going all the way down to students, and that you guys have a lot of things going on. I love that your organization has people at the department and the state level to help veterans navigate some of these things, because I know dealing with the VA can be tricky, or dealing with any other kind of medical assistance or just finding any kind of assistance along the way. It almost feels like it's like kept behind closed doors for veterans. So I really like that even if we can't help from the department level, your organization like knows where to point veterans to give them that guidance. And I think that's so important, especially when they come home.
If it's down to a point, even though we do not have department service officers, I'm just going to open myself up, even though I'm second vice commander of membership and treasurer. If somebody, take reference like your husband would need assistance on something medical through the VA or something, I will help anybody out that I can. I can't help them with my information or my background. I will get them help somewhere. I will go through my command or my state adjutant. We will find somebody at national level to help our veterans out. Even though we don't have the help department-wise, I put myself out there that no matter what happens, somebody needs help. They have my name, my phone number, my email address. Nobody has to be afraid to get in touch with me. I will send them to the right person. That's I need to do something. I need to build up the department. It's to get members, to get veterans to join, to get active people to join. Just because you're active doesn't mean you sit back and just do nothing until you get out. You can just be as active as member of the Catholic War Veterans Department of Pennsylvania, as you are as an active member of the military.
Right.
So, I mean, we're out there.
In my opinion, it's a sign of a good leader to show the camaraderie and to really work on giving somebody, I might not be able to help you right this minute, but I can get you where you need to go. I think especially veterans in active duty, like they just need that hand. They need to know that somebody is on their side. And I love that that's what you're doing for them through this organization.
Well, we are small. We're not as big, You compare us with the American Legion, you're looking at a giant, and they do well. They do tremendously well, and you're looking at us as a little pea pod. So comparison to membership, but if they can't know somebody in the American Legion, they know somebody with a Catholic War Vets, all they have to do is get a hold of us. We will do what we can to help them out.
Could you tell me what led you to Catholic War Veterans?
I was in the service from 68 to 72. I was in Vietnam from September of 70 to June of 72. When I got out, I did some traveling because I didn't know if I'd see the world again, mainly the United States. So I ended up getting a job, and by sheer luck, or maybe the good Lord led me, that's where I met my wife of 46 years. We started dating and when I get introduced to her family, her father was really big with the Catholic War Vets at the post level down in the Gettysburg/Bonneville area. So when he found out I was a veteran and a Catholic, he got me to join in November of 72. And now I've got 50 years in with the Catholic War Vets. Wow. So 2 years later, friends of mine, Roland Miller's deceased, Donnie McMaster, they came to me and they asked me if I'd run for an office. So I took up the third vice commander spot. I enjoy working with students, and I really pushed it. And then I just worked my way up to them. I've been involved ever since.
So you mentioned serving in Vietnam, and I know how traumatic that was for a lot of people who served. How did that impact your faith? Did it have a positive effect, a negative effect? And how did that influence you joining Catholic War Veterans?
Doing over in Vietnam, we worked 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. We did have Catholic services over there, but I will admit that while I was over there for 21 months, I didn't really get to too many services, just doing everything else. After working 12-hour days, you just didn't feel like doing much but sitting back and relaxing or running around. I actually have to give credit to my wife, because she's the one that, when I started seeing her, dating her, I came back to the church. And because of her, I've been going to church. So she's the reason why I came back to the church back in 72. So that's, again, really good credit to my wife for a lot of things. Her and I, we do well. So
I love that. So in the Catechism, section 409, it states, the whole of man's history has been the story of our dour combat with the powers of evil stretching, so our Lord tells us, from the very dawn of history until the last day. Finding himself in the midst of the battlefield, man has to struggle to do what is right. Knowing this, how is Catholic War Veterans ministering to those who may have been traumatized by their experience? Maybe they've had to kill, or they've seen death, or they return injured and disabled. How is CWV ministering to those veterans?
Well, we will find an organization that will help them out. I know there's organizations out there that help people, veterans with post-traumatic stress disorders, brain disorders. Right now, we got organizations out there trying to help veterans who are involved with the burn situation. So there's organizations out there that help. We're not letting our veterans suffer. We are out there, the American Legion, the VFW, the AMVETS, the Catholic War Veterans. We have people out there who can direct a veteran in need to where they need to go. We don't let our veterans sit and suffer. We're out there to help. We just need to find a veteran member and get their information, and we'll help them. That's all I can really say. We are there to help our veterans in need, no matter what. So,
absolutely. Yeah, my husband talks about battle buddies all the time, and I like that your organization is kind of like a battle buddy for somebody who's either struggling with their faith or doesn't know where to turn, and you never leave your battle buddy behind.
In the military, it said you never leave your buddy behind, no matter what. On a battlefield, something happens to your buddy, you don't leave your buddy behind. If it's not your buddy is okay. It's always been on the battlefield, you never leave a friend behind. When you're out there, they're all friends.
How can someone get involved with the Catholic War Veterans? Where can they go to learn more or to submit an application?
That's an easy question. All they need to do is, like I said, my name is Mike Rang. I'm Second Vice Commander / Treasurer. I'm going to give my phone number because I don't think it's online anywhere. We do have a Facebook page, but you'd have to look for it because I have problems finding it myself. But my phone number is 223-272-0438. My email address is MikeRang as in George 29@yahoo.com. You call me, you send me an email with what you're interested in. I will get back with you within a couple days. I will not let you sit. I will tell you everything you need to do. If you get together with a couple other guys that are interested, I'll come visit you and talk to you. But I will get in touch with you and give you more information about the Catholic War veterans and what you can do to help us out.
Well, Mike, it has been such a pleasure and an honor talking with you about this organization. And I hope that whoever needed to hear this heard it and reaches out to you to learn more about joining, because it sounds like the best kept secret for Catholic veterans.
So, yeah, I'm hoping this works. I don't know what else to do to try to get us members. Some of the posts do not have bars, kitchens, stuff like that. But you don't need bars, kitchens to be able to be a Catholic War veteran. All you need to do is become a Catholic War veteran. You want to get involved with the Catholic War veterans? You want to get involved with the Catholic War Veterans Department of Pennsylvania? We will help you out. We will get you to do that. We will fill you in on all the things that the Catholic War veterans do. We go to meetings. We have meetings every quarter. We used to go to a hotel for a 3-day convention, but because of the lack of interest, we're going to try a 1-day convention up at Fort Indiantown Gap. That's where we meet every quarter, and anybody's interested in joining, you're more than welcome to join us at the Community Club, the Fort Indiantown Gap.
Wonderful. Well, then, Mike, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Rachel and Jennifer, for having me.
Thank you so much for listening. Our goal at the Diocese of Harrisburg is to walk with you on your faith journey. So if this episode resonated with you in any way, the easiest way to show your appreciation is by sharing this program with your network or by leaving a review on your listening platform. You can also support us financially by making a donation online at hbgdiocese.org/DAC and clicking the Make a Donation button. Thanks again, and we'll see you at church on Sunday.